you know what? I think I have the after Christmas slumps. Do y'all ever get that? You know, because you go, and then all of a sudden everything stops. And what do you do with yourself? I can't get out of Christmas mode. But you know what? Some people start like almost Halloween or the 1st of November. Well, we don't do that here. We get to December before we get started. So since we do it late, then I can drag it along a little bit more. So pay no attention. And we're going to get started on a recipe that everybody loves, and that's fried chicken. And I've got my flour out here. I've got my saltine crackers that are crushed, and I've got some flour to add to that. I've got seasoning salt, and I've got my buttermilk and my eggs. And the recipe, y'all, tells you to dip it in the buttermilk and eggs and then in the saltine crackers. But I know from experience that you need a little bit of flour to get all that other stuff to stick. And these chicken breasts are huge. Where they're growing these chickens, I have no idea. I know the chickens we have ain't near about this fat, but we don't shoot nothing in them either. Which, you know, that could be happening. Now, I pounded this out thin. So, depends on how you like it. If you like it thick, don't pound as much. But if you like it thinner and easier to make sure it gets done, I just like to do this way. And you know, you're looking at about 4 or 5 minutes aside. So I'm gonna have a lot of breast is what I'm gonna have. All right, I'm just gonna lightly dust them, just lightly. Just enough to help that other stuff stick on it. Whoops. And you'll just want to shake off any excess. All right, I got some of the mess out of the way, so now I'm going to take our 2 eggs and our buttermilk. Well, I'll put too much buttermilk. I'm going to try to get those eggs a little beaten up. And then I'll add the rest of our buttermilk. I hope everybody had a nice Christmas. You know, we live in such a world today that, you know, I ask people what they want for Christmas, and they said they didn't want anything. That's because we all have so much, you know. All right, we got our saltine crackers. Now I'm going to add flour to those saltines, and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of seasoning salt. And that flour going in these crackers will help it stick. You know, the flour is very important. So, you know, if you're using Japanese breadcrumbs or something like that, always mix flour with it so it'll stick. All right, so we're gonna just dip our chicken breast into our buttermilk and eggs, and we're gonna let the excess let go. And we're gonna kind of gently just press on our coating. And then we're gonna put it over here, and we're gonna let it, did I not cut that breast in two? It's big. And we're gonna let these sit for about 20 minutes. And let the coating really get a good hold on our chicken. 4 breasts made 2, 4, 6, 8. So I did cut them all in 2, but look at that one. It's still huge. Oh, well. I don't think I'm gonna need to cook all of this, y'all. But anyway, we're gonna let this sit for about 20 minutes so that the egg and the milk, you know, can help that cracker and flour adhere to it. So 20 minutes, and I have made a mess. I wish y'all could see this floor back here. Yes, here we go. Look at this beautiful chicken. It says to fry this when your temperature gets to 360, but I don't like it quite that high because I'm gonna cut that down a little bit because I want it to make sure it's done. And we're gonna cook it about 4 or 5 minutes per side. And see, because that grease was so hot, and I was checking it with my thermometer, and it was telling me it was 260. So Teresa said, well, try the water test. And I did, and boy, howdy, that thing spit all over me. Telling me it was ready. Whoa. How is that for chicken fried chicken, y'all? I say it's gonna be a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Okay, here we go. Look at that beautiful chicken fried chicken. All right, if you want to be sure, get you a thermometer out and stick it in the thickest piece. That one's done. That's good and done. You know, I just can't stand the thoughts of serving somebody medium rare chicken. And I think the rest is done too. Show is. Show is done. All right, now we're gonna make a milk gravy to go with our chicken fried chicken. The saltines make a beautiful crust, y'all. And that'll work on country fried steak or chicken tenders or whatever you want. All right, I'm gonna drain all but like 2 tablespoons off of this. And I wanna catch those crumbs because let me tell you something. That's what makes that gravy so good. Okay, so that's probably 2 tablespoons. No, I think maybe looks more like 3 tablespoons. So there we go. But I want to save those crumbs, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and add our flour. Oh, I forgot to turn this back on. But I just don't want it to burn. All right, now I'm going to add a little pepper, a little salt, and a little wooden spoon. And we're going to stir this. Now, we don't have to get that flour as brown as you would if you were doing like country fried steak and gravy, because we're making a good old white gravy for our chicken. And I want y'all to look at that Mile High chocolate pie that I made in another video. Oh my gosh, I'm in the South, y'all. I'm in the South. So we just want to cook this long enough for to get that flour taste out of it. You know, it doesn't have to get real brown. I think I could stand a speck more flour, Teresa. Teresa got me a little bit more flour. So there we go. We're going to just cook that flour taste out of that. And then we'll correct our seasonings. And when I say that, I'm talking about our salt and pepper. I think I could add, uh-oh, what you doing? Ow, ow. That is not working with me. So I'm just gonna take it away. See all those crumbs in there? To me, that's where you get your good seasoning from. So now I'm gonna add our milk. A little bit at a time. Now, if you were making brown gravy, you would let that flour get more brown. But this is like the gravy that you make sawmill gravy by adding some sausage. And it's so good on top of grits and biscuits. All right. See all those specks of goodness? Yes. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of our milk and let that come to a boil and thicken. And I think it definitely needs a little something, Teresa. So you know what I think that something is? I think that something is a little wet base of chicken. And I think that'll take it right where I want it to be. Just a little bit. I think that'll take it over the top. You know, I just love these wet bases. They have such a nice strength to them. But you have to be careful because they are salty. But you can also buy these less salt, less sodium. This isn't the recipe. This is not in the recipe. But for good measure, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of butter. Just because I've got butter and I can. Look at that, y'all. Oh, hot, thick, and bubbly. And I'm going to turn it off. And I'm going to fix Paula a little plate. I think I earned the right, don't y'all? Who would like some chicken fried steak with me?
Me.
Okay, well, get you a plate, honey. That looks better than any diner fried chicken I've ever seen. I know it. I'm swallowing hard, Teresa.
Burn your mouth.
Eddie, I know you ate some sushi, but you got to come have some chicken fried chicken. Y'all do make this for your family. They will love you even more. Love and best dishes, y'all. I had all this chicken left over, so I'm gonna put this in the freezer like this and let it freeze. No, that is just one breast. And then it will become like what we call IQF, individually quick frozen. And I'll be able to just put those full breasts in a freezer bag and pull them out as I need it. That'd make a bad to the bone chicken sandwich. Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.